or this time, at the Quick Speed Shop right there. It's Project Truck Day. We got trucks everywhere, Project Trucks. We got C10s, we got Fords, we got Dodges. Let's go ahead and we'll fire up that Dodge and pull that in the shop. I got some electrical gremlins that are driving me nuts. Got to work on them. And I've got the Sno-Commander reflective graphics to put on the box. Let's fire them up, stick them on, and see where we go. Oh yeah, I added some lights to the roll bar. Look at that. So let's go in the shop and start working on the old brown Dodge. Okay, got the Dodge back in the shop here, and ta-da, check this out. This truck is a factory Sno-Commander, and it didn't have decals on it from the factory, but if you've seen Sno-Commanders and Sno-Fiters up to, I think, 75 or 6, they had like reflective stripes all the way down the truck, and it said Sno-Fiter or Sno-Commander. And usually on the fleet side trucks, but they had a reflective stripe that ran the whole length of the truck. Those are super awesome. Actually, I think 78 was last year. Super awesome anyways. And then in 79, they went to just this reflective Sno-Commander decal that would be on the side of the bedside here. So this truck never had any on it, but it is a factory Sno-Commander package from Dodge with the Meyer plow. So I ordered these from Phoenix Graphix online. They make graphics for all kinds of cars. Thunder Chicken, or Screaming Chickens for Firebirds and all kinds of stuff. They're like 120 bucks. They're reflective, just like the factory ones are on 3M paper. And I'm not a decal guy, but we're going to pretend that I am. We're going to try to put them on right now. So I've got some slide-on goo. That's what she said. Application gel. I've used some masking tape to lay out where I want it. I made it match both sides. So you just put the goo on the truck. Put the goo, take the paper off the back, put some goo on the sticker, and then wipe it on with this Phoenix Graphix squeegee. There you go. Any decal, any car, any year. They got it for everything. So just let me make sure I'm doing this right. So I'm going to put the goo on the truck first. I'm going to apply it with the squeegee. That'd probably be easiest. Yep. That's actually not the easiest. Oh boy. Put the goo. Some goo in my hand. You just want to make it all wet where the graphics are going to be. I wiped the truck off with a cloth beforehand. And I marked on a tape where the graphics is going to go. So we're just going to put this goo on here. Now this paint is not perfect on here, but hopefully it'll be all right. All right, so I got goo. It's hard to see. It's kind of in the dark for you guys here, but maybe I could get some light on the situation. Hold on a minute. There we go. Now I can see what we're doing here. So I've got the goo on the truck. Now I'm going to put the tailgate down and work off the tailgate because that'll be good. Worst thing you can do is get dirt under your graphic. So I'm going to try get over here and take it off on a cloth. Peel the this 3M backing paper off and leave the graphic exposed. That's what it says to do. Aha. Then take more goo and put it on the so you can put more application gel on the sticker. A liberal amount, I'm going to guess, is not going to hurt you. You need to put it all over the glue. It temporarily loosens the glue up. I'm going to guess more is better. All right. Now we got our decal here. I'm going to come in and slide it into place. Okay, here. And you got the applicator. You guys are, sorry, I'm probably right in the way, but I'm gonna do that. And you slide the goo out of the decal, and it sticks it to the truck. I'm getting goo everywhere. Hold on, I need another rag. But I think it's just that simple. Oh yeah. Application glue. You want to work it. Make sure there's not any air bubbles. So this outer film, the sticker is, or the decal is reflected. You might even be able to see it reflecting in the camera. This would be really nerve-wracking if this was like, you know, a Thunder Chicken graphic on a Firebird or something. Luckily, I've got the smallest decals known to man here. It feels really smooth. I don't feel any air bubbles or nothing. That feels really good. I feel like I'm in Ghostbusters. You know, when they get the ectoplasm in the library, it's like, somebody blows their nose and you want to keep it. Application goo. Yuck. I love it already. I'm ready to go to Graveyard Cars and put the big Mopar decals on a mark. All right, we've got one decal successfully applied. I'm going to take this rag and... Ooh, it's terry cloth, yes. Get the goo wiped off everything. Yeah, this clear around the edge, that's a plastic covering, and I think it says wait like 3 hours here. Do a lot on banking paper, lay the graphic down. Once in place, thoroughly squeeze the goo out, overlapping strokes. Wipe the surface dry with a clean cloth. Allow the graphic to dry for 3 hours before removing the pre-mask vinyl covering. And then it says when you do peel it tight, like at a 180 degree angle. Yeah, don't pull up because you could take the graphic off, but like pull it like this. So this guy I think is on here. It feels really good. It's straight. My tape is straight. I came down 2 inches off the top of the box side. How awesome does that look? And these do glow in the dark. So in the dark, when there's headlights or whatever come off it, it'll glow. I mean, how cool is this, huh? Sno-Commander. How cool is it? It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. I can't believe it, but I got to. How awesome is it? I'm looking right at it. So I'm going to go and do the same thing on the other side, and then we'll have to let these dry. I got some other stuff I can do. What time is it? 1, so like 4, after 4 o'clock I can take it off. But Sno-Commander decal successfully applied here. Bam! Okay, it's been like 4 hours here, so I think we're ready to peel off the outer action here. So just let me see. Yep, it's coming off. Careful. This is awesome. Look at that. Ah, sticky. How awesome is that? Now these are reflective in the dark, and I don't know if the camera's going to be able to pick it up, but if I turn the light off, I don't know if I can. Is it showing up on camera? Kinda. See how it's reflective? I do that or do that. They are glow in the dark. That's super awesome. So, success! First time with a Graphix on here. And that's a nice decal. Remove the decal. Return to the sleep chamber and remove the decal. Cone heads. So, I love it. Yeah. So I'll peel the other one off and then, I don't know, I'll take you inside the truck and show it. I'm working on the electrics there. I don't know. The dash is a disaster. The old printed circuit board in the back has got a lot of issues. I got missing lights in action. Well, I'll show you in a second. Don't be scared. I'm here in the dark. Wanted to show you something. Let me climb in the truck. All right, right now, can you see? We're in the dark. I got the tack light. The tack's on all the time. The battery's on in the truck. But I didn't have any dash lights here. I didn't have any turn signals or nothing. I had my new gauges down here. The lights worked. But in the dash, I didn't get nothing. I had the dash apart 6 times. Tried to check all the pins and everything. And I was having a world of a time trying to figure it out. But now, check this out. Let me put this down here. Oh, there we go. Instrument cluster lights. They're not real bright, but they're working. I think that's actually, yeah, okay. Well, hold on a minute. Let me, oh, there we go. Aha. So, it turns out all the lamp holders just needed to be bent and fixed. I had a heck of a time figuring that out. I ended up pinning it out, and it's got a broken pin for the high beam indicator is broke, so that's not going to work. But I had to end up taking all the, what do you call it, the lamp holders out and bending all the tabs and cleaning the lamps up. Now I got it to work, and then my turn signals weren't working. So now I've got those working as well. So what the problem was here on the back of this instrument cluster, there's the standard Mopar pin connection there, that gray pin connection, and the pins had broken. I had fixed it, but I thought maybe that was a problem. But turns out it was just the lamp holders were all loosey-goosey, and I think I had a bad lamp. Here's the broken off pin for the what do you call it, the high beam indicator. There's nothing I can do about that now. I was pulling my hair out trying to get the lamps working, and I had an issue where the fuel gauge wasn't working. I'm like, I had like the what do you call it, the amp gauge worked and the temperature gauge worked, and then the lights for the controls for the heater, which are a different circuit, actually worked. So I'm like, there's something wrong with this dash, and it was probably a grounding or a connection issue. Every single lamp holder in that instrument cluster, probably because the truck sat around for so long without having any, voltage going through it, probably just had a little bit of corrosion, and I didn't realize that I had this dash all apart. I think I had pulled the lamps out and physically looked at them, but I didn't wiggle them around, and I was at my wit's end. I spent hours off camera here taking the dash in and out, in and out, in and out, playing with putting a ground wire on the circuit, testing things, pinning it out, round and round and around. And finally, I just started taking the lamps out one at a time and touching them and playing with them, and got them to work. So now I feel a ton better, because I hate, you got to have instrument lights. I hate driving in the dark. I've been driving this truck around for a couple of weeks, and every time I drove in the dark, I would have to take my phone out and put a GPS speedometer on and just put that in the windshield, so at least I could tell how fast I was going. I couldn't see any of the other gauges in the cluster, and I couldn't see the turn signals, and you got to listen for it clicking. Luckily, the relay or the flashers are pretty loud in the dash, so you can hear it, but I feel a ton better now. I fixed the turn signals up front. Did I tell you that? I'm going to tell you again because I might have forgot. Up here in the front, I did a short on it here that's been released like a week ago, but when they put this wiring harness in here, they went over here to this bulkhead connector, and the green and yellow wires are the turn signals, and in the firewall connector they had unplugged the factory the truck turn signals and just plugged in the harness ones. So the only turn signals they had were up on the plow frame here, and then the marker light, the turn signals in the truck would just act as marker lights. My buddy's doing the inspection of the truck. He's like, why aren't the turn signals in the truck working? And I'm like, well, I'm pretty sure that's how the plow is wired, because they do everything else. They just don't flash. I think it's just how it is. So if you guys got one of these Sno-Commanders, let me know in the comments. Does your truck, does only the upper ones work? Because somebody, probably at Dodge, and they put the plow on, they unpinned the two wires for the truck and just pinned in the plow. So I spliced them together. So I've got all 4 turn signals working now. It flashes the truck and the plow. I'll show you. See that? It flashes both the truck and the plow. And it was flashing slow when I first started it, and I flopped the 2 flashers around. Just the 4-ways don't work yet. I might have a bad switch or something in the column, but I flipped the I flopped the switcher. I flopped the flashers around, and it went from blinking slow with the one flasher to blinking faster with the other flasher here. So I like that. It's blinking, but now I've got 4, all 4 lights are flashing like it should be. You don't know how happy I am to have these electrical issues straightened out. I was super frustrated with it, and I left majority of out filming because it was like hours, like I said, of me just fighting with the dash in and out, in and out, in and out. But cleaned up the lamp holders. Didn't even look like they were bad. The little tabs look clean and everything, but I monkeyed with them. I bent them all, and I worked them one at a time. The right turn signal indicator, I had to do it 4 times to get it to work, and I finally changed the lamp. It didn't look blown, but it had something wrong with it, must be. So fought with it. Electrical gremlins on old vehicles. Like, this truck sat for years, 7-8 years at my house, and who knows if that stuff worked before that. So I fought with it and I've still got one or two issues. I know I got a bad wiper motor because the squirter works. I got power at the 3 wires with the different switches, but the motor's got some rust coming out, so that's bad. And the horn, I've got intermittent issues with the horn. I've got to work on that too. Sometimes it works, a lot of times it don't. But yeah, I'm really happy I got the dash working, because I got to be able to see the gauges driving in the dark. You know, you can't drive not seeing the gauges. Well, bam, it's the next day, and I've got the truck outside. Been driving around all day. Gauges work, still work. So I took the opportunity, this thing's about probably the last video we're going to see on it for a little bit here. Took the opportunity to mount up the gumball light and the KC highlighters up on the roll bar. Now next time I have to take it back in the shop, I got to take them back off. They're not wired or nothing, they're just up there for looks. I'm going to run the truck around with them on here for a little bit, and everything looks good. Oh my goodness, the birds are out of control. So there is the old Sno-Commander badges or decals. They look fantastic. Replacement spare mounted up on here. The Power King extra track bias ply looks good. Truck needs to just be rubbed out, washed and rubbed out with a buffer, and try to rub the paint out as much as we can with it, but essentially it's 98% done. The snow plow still needs to be finished. I'm going to bust that out here in a little while. I got to put it back together. That bird's happy. I got to get the plow out, weld the bottom back in, put it back together, paint it yellow, and then I want to make sure that works. I want to display it at the Truck Nationals. I think this thing's going to make it. I'm going to start putting miles on it now that I got them dash lights working. That was really bugging me. I just feel like there's a bug going down my shirt. Hold on a minute. Technical difficulties. All right. So anyways, bam, there it is. Check out this lineup though. We got Old style Ford. We got a C10 Chevy, and we got a dent side Ford and a tin grill Dodge. One of everything. The birds have actually absolutely destroyed this truck. I should get some Windex and clean this off, because look, they crapped all over it. Holy shamoly. So I think what I got to do next, I got the power tour coming up in like 3 or 4 weeks. Got to get the boogie van ready to go. It's pretty much ready to go. I just put new tires on the front of it a little while ago, a week ago, because I had the alignment was out for the first little bit I had on the road, and I wore the outside and they kept wearing. So it's got brand new Koopa Cobras on there. And fixed the oil pan. Saw a video where I welded a lug nut oil pan. It fixed it. No more leaking at all with the oil. Unfortunately, I hit a stone with the windshield. I got truck through one up, and it's hit here. And it's cracked up into about here. It's kind of slowed down, but she's still creeping. Just like an old man at the park, she's still creeping. So we'll see how that goes. I don't really want to put a $300 windshield in the van before we go to the power tour. So we'll see how that works out. I also hit a stone with my fog light right there. Bam, broke that. My new old stock fog lights. These are new old stock Sears units I just put on here, the clear ones. These are new old stock something else. What was the date on these? They said 78, SAE 78 right there. What's the date on these yellow guys? They gotta have a date on them somewhere. Quartz, I don't see it. Anyways, I hope the lens stays together. I have some other sets, but I really like the look of these. Maybe I should get some KC highlighter, their daylighter vinyl covers for the lower ones maybe. They sell rectangular ones. Maybe I'd do that, because that was a super bummer. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull this thing in the shop now, and I'm gonna start another video tonight and start working on putting a headliner in it. I've got some material, like hardy board or whatever. I don't know. It's that 1/4 inch stuff. You'll see it in the video. I think I'm just going to skin it over that, maybe put some barn wood in it and a little bit of carpet. I don't know. I'm going to try to figure it out. Well, I'm going to get the sealing in it, get it ready to go. It should be ready to motor. I've got an exhaust leak on the manifold over here. I want to just tighten up the nuts. I got to get the torch out and heat them up and tighten them out. But back to the brown Dodge. She is 98% there. So next thing, like I said, just start putting miles on it, seeing how it works, get the plow done, see if there's leaks, rattles, bangs. I got to finish the transmission cover. That needs some rust repair. I can do that. And pretty much start driving the thing, and got to put some miles on it before August when we take it down 5.5 hours to the Truck Nationals at Carlisle. That's right, Ted and I will be there with the Dodge, most likely, if it makes it. But we're going to Truck Nationals. We'll be looking for C10 parts, probably a box, step-side box to that. But the old Dodge, hopefully, won't blow up or roll over between now and then. It's a little, she's a monster truck. She wanders a little bit and stuff. The motor doesn't have quite the oil pressure I would really like to see. It's 55, 60 when it's cold, then it gets down to like 45-ish warm, which, yeah, I mean, that's still a lot of oil pressure, but I don't know. Don't smoke or nothing, so hopefully it stays together. All right, this time at the quick speed shop right there. It's project truck day. We got trucks everywhere, project trucks. We got C10s, we got Fords, we got Dodges. Let's go ahead and we'll fire up that Dodge and pull that in the shop. I got some electrical gremlins that are driving me nuts. Got to work on them. And I've got the Sno-Commander reflective graphics to put on the box. Let's fire them up, stick them on, and see where we go. Oh yeah, I added some lights to the roll bar. Look at that. So let's go in the shop and start working on the old brown Dodge. So there's no shortage of projects here this summer at the Quick Speed Shop. So that's it. Start driving that Dodge. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Working on the interior of the boogie van. You'll see it, whatever it is, here, bam, at the Quick Speed Shop.